straight years, Ricky Carmichael has been searching for his match. For 8 straight years, Carmichael has been alone at the top. 8 AMA motocross titles with 2 perfect seasons equals 1 perfect outdoor career. The next in line to try to break RC's reign is James Bubba Stewart, the 125cc ace who has never been straight up beaten for an overall win in AMA motocross. With RC and Bubba grabbing all the attention, frontrunners Chad Reed and Kevin Windham are hungry to make a statement early. AMA motocross is finally here. This is round 1 from Hangtown on OLN. Hot motocross racing will be matched only by the temperature here today. It's already in the low 90s. This telecast presented by Parts Unlimited. And with a nice crowd on hand, the only thing rising higher than the temperature is the anticipation of the AMA Motocross Championship season presented by FMF. 250 motocross action here today near Sacramento, California, the Prairie City Park called Hangtown, and a nice crowd on hand. Thousands of people who have come here to enjoy it with us. I'm Brian Trevor along with David Bailey in the booth. Rebecca Staub working pits for us here today. And David, so much anticipation because we have 2 riders undefeated in outdoor competition, starting with Ricky Carmichael.
And I think you have to give the nod to Carmichael because he was able to wrap up that Supercross season and begin testing the new 450 Suzuki. As you can see right here, this is out in Southern California, putting laps in. Well, I talked to some people that were out there, and they said he was just doing moto after moto. While James Stewart, on the other hand, has had a lot of injuries to nurse. I don't think he's coming into this season quite as prepared, but this kid is magic. Whatever it takes is what he's able to get done when it counts.
And he'll still be riding one of the 2-stroke machines. Look at the stats between these two. What a great matchup.
And the most impressive one from Carmichael there is he's won 65 of his last 70 motos. 28 wins in the last 31 starts for James Stewart, but he's going to be riding that 250 and coming from behind every time.
I have nothing left to prove, really. I really don't. All the pressure lays on everybody else because they're in a must situation. I know how to win outdoors, and it's going to be good. You know, I think it's just going to be who can be consistent, not necessarily who's going to be the fastest for 24 motos.
The proof this summer is to beat the guy that's never been beaten. He's never been beaten outside, and you know, I haven't really, been beaten outside either. You know, you got 2 guys going together. That's all we know is to win out here. So that's going to be the good challenge. If I beat him outside, I think it's going to be good. If he beats me outside, it's going to be good for him too.
There's a bunch of great guys. Bubba is fast. There's no doubt about it. He's a great rider. He's a great athlete. And you know what? It's the first race, and we'll see what happens. We got 24 motos ahead of us, and you know, I've been down this road a time or two. I feel that if I need to make an adjustment, I can. But there's a lot of people out there that are riding really good and that want to step it up. But I guess I'm in a great position now, wanting to beat me, so it's good.
Somebody definitely has to lose. There's a lot of pride that's going to get swallowed, this weekend and the next 11 races after this one. So hopefully it ain't me. I mean, I feel good and I'm really in shape this year. I'm really having fun. So one of us is going to have to lose, and we'll see.
Well, this was yesterday's practice. James Stewart cut the track, tried to get out there and get in the clear so he wouldn't have so much traffic. Carmichael found him, and this is what went on for several laps. Carmichael was actually able to close that gap a little bit. Chad Reed was faster than both of them in the first practice, so I can't wait to see how this turns out.
Chad Reed, the principal rival for Ricky Carmichael in Supercross, of course, taking a title somewhat in Carmichael's absence. There are also a number of rivals. Kevin Windham on the Honda 4-stroke. He has been consistent and very good indoors. We'll see how he fares outside as well. Windham is always one to watch. Now, let's go to Rebecca Staub with Kevin Windham.
May 27th, 2001. That was the last time that anybody other than this man has beat Ricky Carmichael. And we're standing here with him, Kevin Windham. Now, all the hype has been whether or not James Stewart can actually beat Ricky Carmichael, but you are the only one in the last 4 years that actually has. So what's it going to take to do it again?
Well, it's going to take a good ride for sure, and the level of competition has stepped up. It's nice to have Bubba there, and Chad's riding strong, and I am as well. So, it's just going to take some flawless riding. Ricky's a great competitor, the winningest rider of all times, and it's kind of depressing to me being as a competitor even be standing here having this conversation because those dates go so far back. But we plan on making an exciting season and changing those things up here in 2005.
We've seen challenges rise up to meet Ricky Carmichael, but we've seen him fend off all those challenges here at Hangtown. He'll start from pole. He is the guy to beat as we take a look at the Honda starting grid.
Well, Kevin Windham already has beaten him here. We heard from him. Chad Reed beat Carmichael on his home turf in Daytona. This is what he considers his home turf, the outdoors, and I'm sure Chad will be bringing that same motivation. They got him to win in Daytona. The track is completely different this year. They've added a lot more topsoil. I'll tell you what, Brian, I rode around it after the practice yesterday. It's the roughest I've ever seen it. And the lap time is quite a bit longer. They want these guys to really work hard today.
Well, working hard favors athletes who are in good condition. That would be Ricky Carmichael. As we get set to go, the gate drops and Carmichael launches out into a very, very good start. He's not the first one into turn number 1. Instead, it is the number 24, Ernesto Fonseca, but Carmichael quickly in control up on the inside. Now he's chasing Fonseca, but with a lot more speed, he's going to take over the front position here. It looks like he has position in this left-hander as Fonseca is shuffled back into second position. Lands hard and gets rammed by Chad Reed. Oh, what a pileup. Bubba Stewart is in there.
Well, it looked like Fonseca just got sideways on a braking bump right there. They just watered the track. He slid a little bit. Kevin Windham plowed right into him. Chad Reed got caught up in that. Tim Ferry over there to the right, number 15. Roderick Tane. It's James Stewart off to the right. So all the players were up front. This is what the crowd came to see. Now it's all broken up, and Carmichael is already gone.
Well, there may be a few sadistic ones in the crowd here that'll be wanting to see these guys chase. Look at the problem for Windham.
He's looking down at either the foot peg or, it's hard to say, maybe the shift lever got bent. But starting from dead last, I mean, it would take him several laps to catch the last place riders. You don't get points until you get inside the top 20, so this is a disaster for Windham.
And a very, very big benefit for Ricky Carmichael. It looks like the later laps of an outdoor motocross race with the lead that he has already. Carmichael can really rest easy. Take another look at this disaster.
Well, it looked like Fonseca braked a little bit to try not to run into the back of Carmichael, and it was just a chain reaction. James Stewart, Kevin Windham, and Chad Reed, all contenders, guys that are capable of beating Ricky. They're not going to have a chance this moto. And you know, Ricky says all the time, he goes, you make your own luck. And that was a good example. He got the start, made the pass to the lead, and it was mayhem behind him.
And the number 12 is David Vuillemin now running in second position. A battle for second, if you can call it that, really is so far behind the leader, Ricky Carmichael. And now it appears as though Vuillemin pretty much has control of the situation here with Travis Preston running behind him. And now we pick up the number 12, Vuillemin, and there you can see how much of a lead he has over the third place rider.
You know, Vuillemin has done well. He's won here before on the 250, back when they ride two strokes in the 250 class. And last year he put in a solid ride here, I believe, for a podium. So he's comfortable on this racetrack. It's very technical, and that's what David is good at. And a solid ride for Preston. I've seen him out practicing. He's getting faster and faster on the big 450 now. So this is a rookie season for him on the big bike and the big class. So far, so good.
Well, you were absolutely right about the track being extremely difficult. I think gnarly is a term that would have been used. Chad Reed seems to have recovered fairly well and is running inside the top 6 positions or so as we continue to look at what's left of that huge pileup, 3 or 4 turns into the first lap.
Well, there finally is James Stewart coming through just to the bottom of your screen there in the gray. There's Fonseca pulling the tear off, and now here's the problem.
Big problem here is the Honda team is trying to make repairs on Kevin Windham's machine and keep him cooled off at the same time. You know, he's a little hot under the collar at what happened to him as we take a look at a 4th place battle there with the number 55 machine, Joseph Aloff, trying to hold off Chad Reed.
That's a good ride for Aloff because he just switched teams. And for Chad Reed, this isn't bad, but considering what happened to him this morning, the downhill double they're approaching right now is where he crashed, hit his head, and he is not the same guy right now. So Ricky's challengers are, not only are they back in the pack, but they're all having problems as well. It looked like a shift lever for Kevin Windham, and there's not going to be any way for him to score points this moto.
Nice inside move there by Chad Reed to take over the number 4 spot.